assure you that SUED is going to grow.
I know I started from a point of just loving watches and the African culture, but to me now it feels like it's my destiny.
Let's go.
My name is Susan Mueni. I am the founder of SUED Watches, a made in Kenya watch brand. Welcome to Mitindo. So I started SUED Watches while in campus, but it wasn't quite SUED Watches yet. I was just selling watches. So I went to university in Moi University, Eldoret, and as you guys would know, or if you don't know, the university is in Ushago, literally like Keses, Ukondani. So I used to come for holidays definitely in Nairobi, then I go back to LD, and I have always loved watches. Let's even start there. And so I used to go to Dubois and just do a bit of shopping, and then I would just for jewelry and stuff, but then I would always buy a watch. So there's a time in campus, a friend of mine saw a watch I was having on, and they were like, no, actually, I love your watch, would you sell that watch to me? Nikamwambia, like, no, maybe when I close school, I'm gonna get you another watch. But then they were insistent about it, and we were a group of friends. It was actually during a Bible study, and I told them, if you have the money here now, typical Mkenya, like, kama uko na hiyo pesa sahi, nitakuzia saa, so history za kesho. But then now, they didn't have money, that amount of money then I think it was 500 shillings. But then one person in the Bible study had the money, so they bought the watch for themselves, not for the person who wanted the watch. Now you see they have demand. So I sold to them, and then I went back home. Now during the holidays, I got myself another watch and bought for the other person who wanted to buy. And I was like, let me buy an extra one, maybe someone else will want it. So just word literally spread out through campus that I can get people watches, and then I started a watch business. Back then it was called Sue Watches. My name is Sue, short form for Susan. So I sold watches for a good number of like maybe 1 year in campus. So since in here, there came an opportunity for like an entrepreneurship competition where you pitch your business idea and you get funding to start a business. To be honest, I didn't want to start a business, but the people around me saw that like I can actually pitch for an African watch brand. So they pushed me to go for the entrepreneurship competition. I pitched, and then I got the funding. You see how it's just I'm being pushed toward it. I can't tell you that I woke up and I wanted to do this. It just found me. And so I won the money, and being true to myself, I had to start the business. As well as I love the African culture, I love the African Ankara. Like my style has always been drawn towards the African print and stuff. So even during now like the African Sunday theme, I can see how I thought, oh, I have a watch. How can I accessorize it to fit into my African attire? So I would say it was just my love for watches and my love for the African culture. But later on now, 2 years into the business or 3 years into the business, I looked back and realized that my mom's mom, my grandmother, her name is Esther Massa Kaesa. Like Massa is her name. And my dad's mom, her name is, the grandma I am born, yeah, is Susan Sa Mbao. So even her, she has the name Sa in it. So I was like, I know I started from a point of just loving watches and the African culture, but to me now it feels like it's my destiny, like it's in my blood. When I got the chance to be in the competition, you know, when you're going to pitch for a business idea, just like basics, it's you need to have a business name, you need to have the entire idea painted out and stuff. And so again, we were with my friends. I can't remember where we were. I don't remember that part, but I remember I was just like now asking, okay, Sawa, you're going to pitch for the idea, you know, like what's gonna be the name? And a friend of mine just made a joke. They were like, you're Sue, so if you create something, someone gets sued. I was like, I love it. Like, I love the controversy of it. It's cool. Like, yeah, you just got sued. So then the brand became Sued. At first, I was actually doing t-shirts and hoodies before I could get enough funding for watches. Then now I just went on to what I love. I used to go to the Masai market, and I had a specific lady I used to buy from, like the shanga, the necklaces, and all of that. And so I just approached her and told her with like a very bad sketch. I'm not good at drawing, but I sketch. I was like, baby, this is my idea, and all I want you to do is I want you to do this beadwork and just leave the rest to me. And I think I still have a picture of the first ever like suit. It was bad, guys. It was really, really, really bad because I think it's a new thing. No one even can understand. So how does the watch get attached to the, like, we're used to just the bracelets alone. So she did one, we did edits here and there, and we got it right. So I started working with her, but then now, since already the show had given me like a market and like exposure, the orders were becoming many, so I figured I might as well now increase the people I am working with. So I just remember I went to Railways randomly and took a matatu to Rongai. You know how you know Rongai ni kwa Masai? Guys, Rongai town utapata Masai. Because yeah, like I got to Rongai and then I realized, no, I need to go further. So I just went to Kiserian. They have like a market and stuff, and I was just looking around. You know how you look around and you want to spot the person to talk to? So I found a lady who was just on her kibanda selling just to like shanga to the Kenyan things. Talked to her, gave her the idea, and she was like, I have 2 daughters, and imagine that's how I've grown my team. And currently we have a team of 8 people just by Evo just going and interacting with them and referrals and all of that. So the strap is hand beaded on leather by a group of Maasai women, and then we put it all together at our workshop. So seeing as I already had like the Maasai women as the artisans who will make the beaded straps and all of that, I definitely now needed to figure out how do you actually have a watch that is customized to your brand, that has your name and everything. So I just went online. It was a very strange idea. I think it's also very different because a lot of people have done fashion brands that have clothes. Like you will go look for a fabric, look for a tailor, and you have a cloth. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know who is gonna, are they made here, are they made there? So I did my research, and then I sent out emails and just got quotations from like watch manufacturers and gave them the idea. I'm like, I want this watch, the dimensions are this and that, I want it to have my logo, I want the quality to be this way. And so I got a manufacturer, and then definitely had to ordered for a few samples, and then when we were happy with the product, I was like, so I'm just gonna be getting the manufacturer do that part, and then we do our own manufacturing here, and then we put together the product in our workshop. So it's been how many years? Before I lie, guys, it's been 6 years. It's been 6 years. Leaving campus and starting the business was definitely different, because you see, in campus I was purely doing it for fun, like just get pocket money and just money to spend on having fun and all of that. But then now when I got into the actual business and all of that, I had to figure out, how do I make sure that people actually get to know about this brand? I think the one thing I can attest for sure is it was something different. And I remember when I did my first sample, I definitely have to mention this. When I did my first sample, I was in doubt, because guys, like, this is big. This thing is big. You know, no one would see how this is a watch. A lot of people would be like, inavangwa kwa mguu ama inavangwa kwa mkono and all of that. But I knew one Kenyan influencer who would absolutely get it. So I looked for her and I was like, no, I need your opinion. I need I need you to like affirm me that I'm doing the right thing. So I pitched it to her. She was like, this is absolutely beautiful. And so it was actually Patricia Kihoro. And she was going for an Afro-punk. I don't know if you guys know about the Afro-punk festival. She was going for the festival in South Africa and just like, if you're willing to collaborate, we can collaborate. I get the piece, I go with it, and I know people will love it. So I feel like already you see, she wore it so well. Online, social media, we already had a page, and the reception was amazing. And surprisingly, well, we still sell to the like abroad markets, the US, Australia, and all of that. I still believe Kenyans have really embraced the brand, and I think it's because it's very authentic. It's like what you're used to, you know, the Maasai, you know, the beadwork, but then the innovation to have it as a watch. Like I don't have to choose whether I want a bracelet here and a watch here. I can actually wear, I can have both. Yeah, I think Kenyans have really embraced the brand. It's been amazing, and I can't wait to like come up with more products that really put out the African touch of things, but in a different way that you wouldn't have thought of. Having done this, and it's quite different, I still believe that like a lot of the collaborative projects that we have worked with, because we've worked with stylists to actually like help style the product, we've worked with even photographers, we've worked with influencers who actually believe in the brand. I think it has brought a different audience. You know how sometimes you look at someone, you're like, I don't see how Caroline Mutoko would wear this, and then she wears it in her own way, and you're like, okay, so this is actually, it's cultural, but it's also very classy. Then you take it to someone else, and they like, you will get different perspectives only when maybe you have different people engaging with your products, and that also gives you a whole different like target audience that you wouldn't have gotten by yourself if you just decided to do something by yourself. So I think collaborations have been a great way to just like also get opinions from people. Someone will tell you, I like it, but I feel like it was a bit too tight here. Again, because you see, it's something that I am learning to do even as I do. Like something that even I am learning. So feedback is always amazing. We get this question a lot, whether our watches like just for ladies, or but you guys won't believe it. Matter of fact, nitatafuta picha niweke. Our watches are unisex. Watches are unisex. It just depends on, maybe like as a guy, we have actually the most popular watch is an all black beaded watch. And a lot of guys rock it very nicely. So I would say our watches are unisex, but then it depends on someone's style and preference, because we have some that are beaded and we have some that are not. The beaded ones fall under the Nomad collection, but then we also have some that fall under the minimalist collection. So if you're just a minimal man and you just like leather, you want to go to the office, you will get something. But we're definitely just like exploring how we can still do like metallic watches, because I still get the question of metallic watches. But I think for us it's very important that the brand remains true to the African culture. So the question is, how do you do this watch and still stand out to what the brand is? So we're still working on that, and I know for sure we're gonna come up with something that you wouldn't think of. A wide array of collections. Like our watch collections actually fit a lot of styles. We have let me just start with, we have the classic collection. The classic collection is just the usual watch face and a leather strap. The leather strap can be plain or with hair on. Then we have the minimalist collection. The minimalist collection is this, why we call it the minimalist collection is because we actually have the nomad collection. It's the same product, but this has beads and this does not have beads. So if you are a minimal person, you get to rock this. And this comes in this calf size, and then this as well as this comes in the calf size, as well as now a bracelet size for someone else who is like a minimalist. Yeah, so this comes in different colors: black, brown. Just when you think of leather, all the colors you can think of, we possibly can make one in that color. And then for the nomad collection, as I had mentioned earlier, this is one of this is our most popular collection because it carries all the Africanness in it, all the colorfulness in it. So you can have it in different beadwork colors. If you're a minimal person, this is the most popular of the nomad collection. This is the most popular of the nomad collection. So it's all black, hence why I kept saying it's unisex. Both ladies love it, both gentlemen love it. So there's definitely something for everyone. We have the patriotic Kenyans. We have this for you. We also have the straps we had mentioned earlier for your Apple Watch, your smartwatch, whatever watch you have, and they are punched at the back, so then you're able to rock it with your watch. So the variety is quite broad. You are most welcome to come by and rock a watch that actually gives you both the accessorizing aspect of things and a timekeeping aspect of things. The journey has been amazing. It's just been wonderful to see, like an idea that you had in your head come into fruition, and then as you keep going, ideas keep coming. But in the future, we are definitely, actually in the near future, we are looking to increase at least our array of products, just maybe into other small accessories that you would buy when you're buying a watch, like leather, just accessories that can be paired with your watch, as well as just looking into how we can come up with more collections that truly even capture other African cultures, because I think the Maasai has really been amazing, but we need to really now focus on, now let's go even to Ghana, what's popping there, let's go to South Africa, what's popping there, as well as looking to maybe have partnerships that can expose us to maybe working with different brands and just building now a full-blown made in Kenya brand. If you look back and see just how watches have evolved over time, we all know the Casio. We all used to have a Casio watch, yeah, but then now things have changed. We have things as big as this and we're calling them watches, but then also there are smartwatches, and we have also tried to fit in. So we have leather straps, we have beaded straps that have a punch, that are punched at the back, that you can actually strap into your watch and accessorize, but still have the watch read the heart rate, the steps, and all of that. Because sometimes I think the other thing I would say as a business owner is you realize, despite the technology, you don't have to come up with a smartwatch, but you can't come up with a solution that actually still helps the person who has a smartwatch be part of your brand. So I think for us, that's what we are currently focusing on how can we innovate and still bring you along without just obsessing about creating a smartwatch. My advice to anyone who is looking to either start or someone who is running a business, I know the challenges are hard, and even the times are even harder right now to either start a business or do business. But I always say, you see that hard thing, the hard thing you are probably avoiding to do or you don't want to do is the thing you need to do. So most times when you sit down and you list all the things maybe that you need to do for you to grow your business, pick the hardest thing and do that hard thing. I know it's cliche and people say the lane, like that's now the people who are doing hard things, ni wachache. You understand? So like there's no traffic in that lane. Me, I can say it's true because most people want to do what everyone is doing. So the discipline to do that hard thing is the one thing I would encourage anyone to grow, as well as keep trying. You never know. I also think it's for maybe me who started and it worked out, it might look like for someone else it might look like I always start and then it doesn't work out, and then everyone's journey is not the same. And just like yesterday, I was having a conversation with someone and telling them the beauty of life is no one sees life how you see life. Someone else might want to start something similar to this, but they will never see it how I see it, and that's what makes you unique. So just tap into your own uniqueness and don't even focus so much on doing something like the way Sue is doing something. Focus on doing something the way you would do the thing. Like, you know, yeah, also just trust in yourself, seek God, honestly, because I feel like this stuff is spiritual to some level. Anyone who sits down and comes up with something and creates that thing, it's a spiritual thing. It's not the easiest thing to do. So